Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Soy Silvestre López Portillo. Bienvenidos a Filmoteca Digital. El día de hoy vamos a tener un programa especial de la séptima entrega. Así es, la séptima entrega. No hay séptimo malo, o era quinto, pero bueno, ya sexto y séptimo malo de Rápidos y Furiosos. Pero antes, este es el tráiler de la semana.
Forensics finally released this.
What is it?
Personal effects they recovered from Skyfall. You've got a secret. Something you can't tell anyone. Because you don't trust anyone.
I always knew death would wear a familiar face, but not yours.
I was at a meeting recently and your name came up.
I'm flattered London is still talking about me.
It wasn't MI6.
You're a kite dancing in a hurricane, Mr. Bond.
Welcome, James. It's been a long time. And finally, here we are.
Bueno, ya estamos de regreso. De verdad, para poder platicar de Rápidos y Furiosos 7 no hace falta ver la película. Nada más es cuestión de meterse a ver toda la bola de trailers, más el video del Super Bowl, más lo que ustedes quieran, y pueden descubrir que es una película interesante en cuestiones de efectos visuales. A mí la que me gustó, yo recuerdo que a mí me gustó mucho, es la quinta, creo. Ya no sé, creo que es la quinta. La sexta pasada me entretuvo. Pero ya cuando Michelle Rodríguez al final salía, fue la quinta. La quinta fue la que más me gustó, que trajeron a todos los del elenco de todas las anteriores películas. Esa creo que me gustó, tiene mejor historia. La anterior es una vacilada, como diría mi abuelo. Y esta entra, obviamente, yo no puedo creer, entra el transportador, el maestro Jason Statham, que para mí es de mis ídolos, obviamente de mi lado naco después de Jean-Claude Van Damme. Pero entra Jason Statham, que es el transportador del maestro Luc Besson. Y ahora con Vin Diesel y con La Roca, con lo que queda de Paul Walker, porque obviamente son escenas que también se tuvieron que rearmar y reeditar. Y bueno, ¿qué les puedo yo decir? La cinta está dirigida por un cuate llamado James Wan, como parece Wan de uno, pero es W-A-N, que además le dieron el premio. Había dirigido puras películas de terror. Y parece que esta sí es la primera de terror que le va a funcionar. Digo, realmente esta es, después de venir del Conjuro, que yo creo que es buena, el Conjuro, la primera, que también es buena. Aventó Insidious y aventó otra serie de películas de terror que no funcionaron mucho en cuestiones de crítica. El terror siempre funciona en las taquillas. Y esto es lo que pudo entregar. Yo creo que el día de hoy de Filmoteca Digital vamos a darle una revisada, pero como siempre, los mejores críticos son ustedes. Así de que comenzamos. Venga.
Hello?
You don't know me. You're about to.
In this film, all the events of the previous movies, and even some events that the audience is going to get a real joy out of seeing in this movie that they've never seen before, that they know are in the mythology of Fast and Furious. Everything comes together in this movie, and questions are answered. New thoughts are proposed. characters are, their identities are unraveled even further. And you'll see when you watch the movie that themes that have been initiated or themes that have been planted, so to speak, in previous movies all come full circle here.
I think having Jason in this makes such a huge difference. He brings with it a sense of gravitas to that particular character, and he brings with it a sense of danger as well, because you know, Jason has his own history as well with the movies he's made himself, and so he comes into this, you know, with his sort of own built-in brand, and I think that's very important because you know, part of what makes this movie fun is seeing Vin Diesel going up against Jason Statham, or Dwayne Johnson going up Jason Statham, and the idea of this sort of triangle between these three really badass guys is super cool.
I think something that Vin has done really, really well and worked really hard at is retaining the integrity of the story and retaining the fact that it is at its core about family, and it's about a bunch of misfits who have come together and are overcoming the odds. And I think that's part of what appeals to the audience, because everyone can relate to a different character or relate to the dynamic between all the different characters and their various different backgrounds. So I think that's part of the appeal.
There's a lot happening in our stories, and there's a lot going on. So I like the idea of creating this guy who has somewhat superhero tendencies, superhero powers without being a superhero. If our reality is here, the hyper-reality for Hobbs is just here. Where you think, did he just lift that autocannon? I think he did. Well, it's Hobbs.
What's not to like? You've got this great cast who are just so cool. Everything about them. You know, they ride like fast cars and they're like all, you know, not the worst looking people in the world. So, you know, you've got this really cool, fun kind of series of films, but it also touches upon real things, like, you know, this word family that they often throw in there, you know, about, you know, sticking together and loyalty and all of those things. It's like real, you know, stories that you would experience. They just happen to do it in this kind of crazy car racing, you know, vault stealing world that they have.
Roman has to be the voice of reality, you know? While everybody else is just ready to do whatever the leader says, I'm not having it. I got a problem with authority. That's been the story of my presence in this movie. And, you know, and it's not because I just want to disagree. I actually don't agree. I think it's just stupid. I think it's just stupid. I think it's dangerous. And I don't think it's well planned out. So just count me out. But I can't let the team down. So even against my own best instincts, I'm in.
Hey, Mark.
And action!
Ronda Rousey is the game changer. She's so cool.
You're gonna go for my neck.
Women can fight just as good as men can, actually better. We're trying to up the ante a little bit.
Yeah, baby! That was hot! Yes!
Dude, she's awesome. She's so strong. She picked me up over her head like it's nothing. I take it seriously because there's not a lot of really great female fights. I'll let her hit me in the face. I'll give it everything I got.
I felt the contact. The air made my nose hurt. I was like,
Gown and high heels was definitely the challenge part.
I have a hard time with the dress. Okay, ready? Go.
My entire career has been spent in a tank top and jeans. How about we throw me in a dress? Of course, I had to get bruised up in the process.
We constructed the wardrobe around the fight, so I could be able to, like, you know, pick a bunch of knees up and stuff. Ballroom dancing shoes are flexible, And the first thing I thought, I was like, oh my God, I could kill someone in those shoes, because that's how my thought process works. I fight on my toes anyway. My base martial art is judo, and all your weight's supposed to be on your toes. We can really do a lot of the same moves, and it'll look seamless. It's going to be a very different and glamorous look at a fight scene.
Of course, a character like Letty, in her prom queen moment, she's gotta have a throwdown. You'll see it on screen. I get thrown all over the place.
Jason Statham is one of those actors that has always kept it cool and always kept it consistent. So he's a wonderful talent to watch, period. We needed a character that represented the location we just lived in for 2 hours, which is London. Jason Statham did that. We wanted to get a formidable character, but we wanted the character's formidability to be different than Hobbs's formidability.
One of the things we tried to infuse into the fight is a bit of the personality of the characters, right? Personality of the actors. You know, trying to bring some of Dwayne's sort of signature moves into his fight moments and bring some of the things that Jason is so good at. Jason's so quick and so powerful in his moves. And those were really fun just to watch these two guys go at it. And it was really fun for me too, to be in there and kind of crafting this with them. You know, I got these two really big guys and I'm in there just going, no, try it more like this. Or what about more like this?
One of the things that I worked really hard with with Justin Lin in 5 was this sort of Mia balancing having children and her family, and also Mia seems to have this very intuitive sense about what's going on with the men in her life, even though they're not the most communicative. So she senses early on that Brian is missing something, because I think in 6 we decided to, leave that life behind us, and I can tell that he's not entirely happy with his decision, which is a really hard place for Mia to be in. So it's fun to play that conflict, and I really respect her for being as stoic as she is, because I would go straight to my husband and be like, so what's going on? And she knows that she needs to hold back. So she's a really interesting character in that sense.
The opening with Jason Statham and the fight that we had was really something else, and it was very, very it was very cool, and it was very special. I'll tell you why. Over the years, I've had the opportunity to fight a lot of guys who have great reputations in terms of being Hollywood tough guys and action guys and men of action. Jason Statham really takes the cake.
Ramsey has created a technology that everybody's kind of excited about and heard about, and it's got the potential to kind of change everything. It's a device or a technology that allows you to hack any audio device or anything that's able to record anything that's got a camera on it, and she can pretty much find anybody under like 4 minutes or something. Crazy. So this device is like really valuable to people who want to do good, but it's also really valuable to people that want to do bad. And something like that is very dangerous if it falls into the wrong hands. And so I think she kind of knew that, and she kind of shipped it off to her friend. She didn't want to deal with it. She was like, I've created it, but I feel like, because she's a very proud individual, she was never going to destroy it, or she maybe thought about it and was like, oh, it's so good, this is so much work, how can I get rid of it? But she sends it away, and people know that she's responsible for it, and they come for her, and they're trying to find out where she's got it. So when the team find her, she's actually being held captive. And she's about to be tortured for information and then potentially killed, if she gives up the information or if she doesn't. So it's she's in a very sticky situation.
I've never felt the responsibility of being funny. than I felt in this one. And that's my truth. And, you know, even on the set, you know, just kind of behind the scenes, some people may think I'm just hyper and I just ramble and talk. There's a strategy behind everything I do. And my strategy was, because we all knew Paul, because we all were close to him, we have to keep our energy and the morale up, because our inspiration is to keep going.
So what's the plan, Dom?
One last ride.
Bueno, gracias por acompañarnos el día de hoy en Filmoteca Digital. Soy Silvestre López Portillo. Acuérdense que están las redes sociales. El Twitter es @silvestrelpv. El Facebook de Silvestre López Portillo, y búsquenlo. También está el Facebook de Filmoteca Digital. Y obviamente está la página de www.tvutlab, en donde estamos conectando ideas. Métanse, píquenle play a www.tvutlab. ¿Sale? Ahí estamos.com, obviamente. Ahí estamos. Los espero la próxima semana, 6 de la tarde, aquí en Filmoteca Digital. Que estén bien.